So final fight this evening in Ring B. Wanderson of Brazil, he's in the red. Tkalcic of Croatia is in the blue. I remember seeing Wanderson for the first time at that World Championships in Hamburg in 2017, and he came up against Sofiane Umahar in the last 16. Umahar went on to win gold, having picked up silver at the Olympic Games the year before, so was one of the big favourites, probably the favourite actually, to go and win the gold medal, because Robson Conceição, who beat him in the Olympic final, had turned professional by then, hence the fact that his fellow countryman Wanderson had taken his place at 60 kilos, and he gave Umahar a really good fight. It was quite wide on the scores. I think the judges all gave it 3-0 to Umahar, but I had it a nip and tuck kind of a fight. Not much in any of the rounds, and he was only 20 at that point, and you looked at him and you thought, yes, there are some real possibilities here. Good jab there from Wanderson. Right to the body. Scored with that a few times. Right up top, didn't land clean, but it was heavy. Right to the body again. Tkalcic just backing up. Looking for the left to the body that time, Wanderson. Turning southpaw. Tkalcic trying to tuck up. He's got those elbows pinned down. Maybe he's been hurt to the body. The problem with that is that it leaves the head quite available. Jab from Wanderson. Whips the uppercut up the centre.
Round 3.
No knockdown, just pushed into the ropes there. Tkalcic and took a tumble. Wanderson looking for a big overhand right there. Final 10 seconds of the round. Right to the body. It's been good stuff from him. Tkalcic not on his level, just catches a long right hand there. The Croatian, though, is having to tough this out. As I said, this was a difficult task for him. It's proving to be exactly that. And this will be a test of his resolve, the fighter in blue. They just need to encourage him in the corner there, Tkalcic. A couple of 10-8s, one from Canada, one from Russia. I can totally see that. That was a very dominant round. Just need to just keep Tkalcic going, give him just simple advice in the corner, but try and just pick him up. Those body shots are wounding. That's not a scoring punch, because it was landed with the inside of the glove, but it doesn't mean you don't feel it.
Ring B, round number 2.
Jab from Wanderson, just flicks it up from the waist, gets very acceptable power on it doing that. That's decent from Tkalcic. He's stepping in there, showing a bit of ambition, trying to let his hands go. Wanderson covering up fairly effectively. Not much, if anything, really got through. He's got long arms, Wanderson, which, you know, is a real bonus for a fighter. Lots of really good fighters do. It's one of the things that makes them suited to it in the first place. And it's not just the reach that comes with it, it's the fact that you can tuck up more effectively, because a length of arm just allows you to protect the body and the head. The right hand to the body there, sunk in, and there's some blood coming from the nose, and it's a standing count from the referee with just under 2 minutes remaining in round 2, and he'll go and have a little visit to the doctor here as well, to Tkalcic, due to that blood coming from the nose. You can see the reddening on the bridge of the nose there. This is painful for him. You can see it, it's written all over his face. He's not been in with anyone like Wanderson before, I would imagine. Brazilian throwing the uppercut off the ropes. Tkalcic, to his credit, trying to get after Wanderson. There's that uppercut again, just shoveled in off the ropes. Turn southpaw, puts those punches together up top again there. He's really enjoying himself in there, the Brazilian. Long right to the body. And this is a bit bewildering for Tkalcic. Just trying to keep organised, keep solid, keep compact. The referee just deciding to just mop up the blood a little bit there, and he needs to throw that bit of tissue away into the bin. Right to the body again. 45 seconds remaining in the round. Right hand lead there from Wanderson. He's absolutely bursting with confidence, and then the uppercut just slightly off centre, whistles up through the guard. There's that uppercut again, twice in succession, just rocking back the head there of Tkalcic.
Algeria, Japan, Netherlands, Thailand and Spain. Referee in the ring, Emmanuel Pereira, Puerto Rico. Coming to the ring first, fighting out of the red corner.
There goes the bell at the end of the second round, and he's sticking to it, Tkalcic, and you have to give him credit for that. I know that's what you're in there for. I know this is what you train for. It's a World Championships, but when you take a real step up in level like he has here against Wanderson, things can get very real very quickly, and that's what he's finding. 10-8 across the board there from the judges, and that is absolutely correct. That was a dominant round, and if Wanderson really decides to put his foot to the floor in this final round, he could get the stoppage here, not because he'll necessarily knock Tkalcic out. He just might force the referee to stop it, basically, if it gets too one-sided. And the corner having I'd say a pretty good look at their man there in the blue corner, the Croatian corner, because he can't win from here. He can't win. They will want him to get to the end of the fight, though, because that will do a lot for his confidence to know that he's been able to go 3 rounds with this kind of operator. But if it starts to get too brutal, then they should pull him out. Wanderson just tucking up on the ropes. Working on the inside there, Tkalcic. Right to the body there from Wanderson, and immediately just backs Tkalcic up. And that's a standing count. I think that right to the body just hurt him because he immediately started to give ground and pinned those elbows back to the rib cage. He's almost got through a minute. And he's over to the doctor again here, just looking out, almost straight at me actually, out of the ring on this near side. And you can see the thickening around the bridge of the nose there. Just trying to get in tight, get in close there to Tkalcic. Right up close on Wanderson is probably the safest place for him. It's not that safe though, because Wanderson gives himself a touch of room there and then looks to shoot the uppercut with those big, long, rangy arms. And another standing count. And that's the second in this third round. Maximum of 3 counts allowed in any individual round. And the referee has decided that enough is enough, and I think that is a good decision, because we didn't need to see any more courage there from Antonio Tkalcic. He showed us plenty, but he was taking a beating. But he finishes with his pride, because he didn't quit. He never showed any sign of quitting. The referee took the decision out of his hands, and Wanderson wins by another stoppage.
Ladies and gentlemen, your final bout of the evening in Ring B, bout 192 comes to an end, with your judges ruling in favor of your winner by RSC. To the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, from Brazil,
so Wanderson will go through to the round of 16, where he'll face Viktor Petrov of Ukraine, who we saw beat Evgeny Kul. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. Petrov will pose problems there, absolutely no question about it. Looking forward to that one, but Wanderson is one of the favourites in this division at 67 kilos, and you can see why, because he absolutely loves it in there. He absolutely loves fighting, and he's very good at it. So we'll just leave you with some highlights of this final fight between Antonio Tkalcic and Wanderson of Brazil, because that concludes the action in Ring B for this evening session. And we've had some good fights in this ring all day, actually. Featherweights and super heavyweights in the afternoon, featherweights again, and welterweights this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure, and join us again tomorrow for a bumper day of action. We've got 31 fights scheduled over the 2 sessions in Ring B. I will be here.